So, test results came back this morning, and my antibody test was positive. So, yeah, I was talking to my dad. So, thinking about giving them a plasma transfusion for the antibodies so that they don't have to worry about getting this virus anymore. But my test did come back positive, so I do actually have the antibodies. And so that is good. So now the biggest thing is knowing that I have the virus in my body. The one thing I'm worried about is the 3-month thing. So there's a 3-month period that keeps repeating itself with this virus. And that's actually what I'm worried about. The reason being is that we knew that the virus was in the country in January, and the order to stay at home didn't happen until March. We knew that the person that went over to Wuhan went over October 17th, and almost 3 months to the day China had their outbreak. We know that July was when Fort Detrick was closed down, and 3 months after that was when the medical personnel went to Wuhan. So there's a lot of 3-month markers here that tell me that I need to watch this virus for 3 months. So my 3-month mark, my blood cell count was low on the 21st. So if my blood cell count was low on the 21st of March, then my 3-month period would be my birthday, June 21st. So that gives the marker for this virus seems to be that it appears that the government knows this as well. So that 3-month mark. So knowing that I did get the virus, knowing that I have the antibodies, the next biggest thing for me to do is watch my symptoms until after June 21st. If I am cleared through, if I survive past the end of June, then I will feel as though whatever damage this virus did is done and over with. But because of this 3-month mark that's going on everywhere, I may not be able to pass the virus on to other people, but there's a huge 3-month deal. So I don't know if that's how long it takes for symptoms to show, or if I'm just seeing a lot of repetitive 3-month, almost to the day 3-month deals going on between significant dates. So I know I can still feel it in my chest. I know my body's still not normal, but I know it's way better than it was. And there's one test that is concerning me still, that possibly is showing that there's inflammation going on. And viruses kind of cause an inflammation reaction. That's just what they do. Whenever they go into a cell, the body launches an immune response, and that part of that immune response is where the body causes inflammation wherever the virus is. So if the virus gets into your heart, it's going to cause inflammation there. If it gets into your brain, it's going to cause inflammation there. So I got to keep an eye on the inflammation part, inflammation markers, and my inflammation markers went from a 1.3 to a 5.8, I believe was what my last one was. So that's saying that's actually a pretty significant increase with inflammation. So yeah, so I have to watch that. But if my guess is right, then the big hurdle to get over is going to be around my birthday, the 3-month mark. So we'll see what this virus does throughout this time, and yeah, so But I'm happy that it came back positive, because it does mean that I don't have to worry about getting it again. I just have to worry about beating it. And I know everybody's like, oh, well, you know, you had it and you're fine. And I know that that's how a normal virus works, that it goes in and out of your body really quick. But like I said, I'm seeing too many things with the inflammation markers and with death, and this 3-month thing is just it keeps sticking. It's almost like God keeps whacking me over the head saying, remember this marker, you know. So, you know, like I said, the accident at Fort Detrick in July, August, September, October, 3 months. From the time that the people were in the military games in Wuhan, exactly 3 months to the day that they had the humongous crowd, crazy, dying people in China. Almost 3 months to the day from their outbreak in December 28th, we end up with our big, huge spike in March. So you've got a 3-month mark where people are dying. So I like I said, I want to get past my birthday, past the end of June. And if I can get past that 3-month marker of the time of being infected, knowing that I was infected, and the time period of surviving past that 3-month mark, then I'm a happy girl. And I'm going to go running in a minute. And my times are getting better. So that's actually a good thing. Even though my inflammation marker is higher. I went from a 11-something minute mile to a 10-minute mile yesterday with a less recovery time on my second mile. So my body is starting to get back to where it was before, which is amazing. Hey everybody, Teresa, Angela, Christy, Lisa, Karen. Hey you guys. Just gonna say hi. So I just got back from I'm talking to my mom about giving my dad the antibodies. There's one concern about giving antibodies to somebody, because you can't actually give antibodies if, let's say that this virus is in my system. If I give them the antibodies, and this is a question I don't know the answer to really, but if I give them plasma or give them blood, does that mean that I'm giving them the virus too? Does that mean that even though they're getting the antibodies, that they're getting cells that were affected by the virus, so therefore the cells themselves have been like infected with the virus? So, and then the second thing about giving plasma that I'm not sure about, that I don't know the answer to, is if I give plasma, or if I give a unit of blood or whatever, if I give that, then does that take away the antibodies that I spent a really long time making? Like, does that take the antibodies out of my system so I have less antibodies to fight the virus? And I'm not sure if that's what the answer to that is either. So a lot of questions that I have that I don't quite know the answers, and I'm not really sure that I can ask somebody those questions and get the right answers for. And I'm still having like a lot of trust issues. So I feel like I have been lied to so many times that that I don't trust anything that anybody's saying, and I don't trust them to look out for my well-being. Not anymore. And my viewpoint is changing on that quite a bit. So I'm trying to look at the good side, all the good things that came out of what they did. But just because something good comes out of somebody doing something bad doesn't mean that you should be trusting them at all. So it is very That's really hard right now. Like I am in such mama bear mode. I really do feel like I've been poked, and I feel like I have a few cubs that I'm protecting, and I'm biting heads off. I am not sugarcoating anything right now. Like I am my you know, for you people out there that are you know, communicating with me and putting things out there on the internet, you're meeting me at a weird time of life. Let me just put it that way. You're meeting me in a strange place in my life. So for all you guys that know me, you know I'm strange and I'm weird anyway. So I'm usually a little bit nicer than this. But I don't feel very nice. I don't feel like I am, like I'm just not putting up with any BS at all from anyone or anyhow. We went into Costco, or I went into Costco today, and they were telling me that I had to wear a mask, and if I didn't have a mask to put on, that they would give me one. And so they give me this little plastic bag, and it's got a little mask in it, and they tell me that I have to throw the plastic bag in the trash can. You can't keep the plastic bag. And so, you know, my brain is working in this weird sort of way. It's picking out things that don't necessarily, you know, when you look at those pictures and they say, what's not right with this picture? You know, you've seen those before. So my brain is picking out these things that it's like, okay, why? You know, I'm getting to this place where my brain is saying, why? Why would I not be able to keep the bag? Is there something that you don't want me to swipe in the bag? Is there something on this mask that you don't want me to have evidence of? That you don't want me to keep the bag so that I have evidence that there was something else on this mask other than just the mask? Why would I have to throw away the bag? That wouldn't make sense. There's no reason to throw away the bag. You're not going to reuse the bag, right? I've touched it, so are you going to reuse the bag? Or are you just going to throw it away? What's the deal with that? Second thing is that I went through shit. I went through crap, and I am now immune to this virus. I don't have to worry about getting it. I don't need to wear a mask, nor do I want to wear a mask at this point. And you know, this bear has been poked, and you're not going to keep poking it. You're not going to make me afraid at this point. You know, I don't want to wear a mask, and nor do I want somebody to tell me that I have to wear a mask. You know, I feel like it's the same thing as a guy saying, you're too sexy, you need to wear a hood on your head so I don't feel, you know, so I don't feel like I want to like rape you. Well, guess what? It's not my job to tell you how to feel. I don't have to do anything to keep you from feeling a certain way. If it makes you panic that I'm talking to you and smiling at you without a mask on, then you need to handle that, not me. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility has nothing to do with keeping you safe. It has nothing to do with me making you feel better. That's not my job. That is your job as a person. If you don't feel safe, you shouldn't be working. If you don't feel safe and you're freaked out and you want to wear plastic wrap all over you, that is fine. But I'm not going to have somebody tell me that I have to wear plastic wrap all over me. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. But this is the regular world. Now, if I was in an operating room, maybe a different story. This is not an operating room. So it's not my job to keep you safe. That's your job. You need to handle and do whatever you feel like you need to do to keep you safe, but that's not my job. So anyway, rant over.